Islamic relief in Wadis, crossing Wadis. This is one of the first boreholes realized in the region. Islamic relief.
This borehole was done in 2008. One of the 4 boreholes that were done in 2008. And here we have 11 latrines that were constructed of recent. The village is Mirere. Now when the borehole is made here, sample of the water is taken to N'Djamena, to the National Laboratory, where it is tested for the physical, chemical quality of water. And then for the bacteriological test of the water, we use the Delagua kit to test that on site. And it is only when we have the results from the laboratory and they are of good standard that we allow people to start drinking. This has encouraged the people, and we have results from IMC that show that schistosomiasis as well as dysentery has reduced because of this water point. And so we need to do further, to do more by drilling more wells for the people and closer to where they live.
Wow, this is drinking water.
Almost every household here has got a latrine here. It wasn't easy from the beginning, but now they have. Maybe he wants to... Is he using it already?
Saying that like long ago we used to go to nature.
we're in Yamtilili village. We're here to see an activity we're doing in the area for sand plat latrines. These are community latrines, and behind me here is an example of this latrine. We do it in conjunction with the community members. The community members dig the pit, and we bring all the material necessary for the latrine, the cement, the iron bars, and we also train the local mason on how to construct the latrine slab.
What kind of change it creates?
Well, this is a hygiene and sanitation matter. Before latrines, they used to practice open defecation in the area. They had no sanitation facilities. People would just go behind the bush, relieve themselves behind the bush, and this was an issue, of course, with the issues of when the rain comes in, there is all this standing water, the chance of spreading of cholera. In fact, there was cholera outbreak in this area. There was a cholera outbreak about 1 or 2 years ago, and these are the kind of things that we're trying to battle. We're trying to stop open defecation. We're trying to get people to use latrines, hand washing techniques and all. What we have here is a water point in the area is called the Räddar. Basically, this is a water point for the village and the surrounding villages in the area. The borehole is drilled by the Islamic Relief Tchad drilling team, and as well as all the masonry work you see here is done by the team in the field office, and fitting of the pump. What happens after we do all this work is we sit with the community and train them and make them form a water point management committee, where their job is now to manage these water points that we create for them. They have a system of revenue collection where they all collect water from each of the households. They have a treasurer who collects all this money. They keep it in a bank, and with this money they use it to do the maintenance of this water. If anything breaks down, any small part, they use this money to keep the system functioning.
It's even easy to use for kids.
Very easy, yes. In fact, with discussions with the community, they prefer the foot pump to the hand pump, because the hand pump is very difficult, especially for the children. Using their hands to lift the pump is very difficult, so they found it is easier for them to use the foot pump, and they prefer it more. This area is called Gozbeda. It is about roughly 10 kilometers from our field office. There are many small villages, but the whole area is called Gozbeda village, and all the people from around here come to collect water from this point. So I asked them how their lives have improved since this borehole was drilled. They said it has really uplifted their livelihoods. Now they have clean water. It's good clean water. Not before they used to drink water from these hand dug wells that they used to drink, and the water was not very clean. Now this water is clean, and their children no longer have these stomach problems and diarrhea. This is a water supply system that includes solar powered pump. As you can see here is the solar panels that power the pump, and behind the panels is the masonry tank that we constructed. From the tank we have water points within the village where the community collects water from. Thankfully they don't need any running costs in terms of energy. This is completely renewable energy. The solar panels, all that is needed in terms of sustainability is just cleaning the panels every once in a while from the dust. And this is another water point that we set up to come closer to the community members, to reduce the distance that they have to travel. The water arrives here by gravity. As you notice, the tank was elevated on that end, so everything is by gravity flow. There is no pumping required. Now we are in one of our sites. As you can see, the work is going on. This activity is a sand dam activity. We're constructing a sand dam along one of the wadis, the seasonal rivers. As you can see, this is the river behind you. The use of the sand dam is to store all the rainwater that comes during the rainy season. All the sand and silt from the river will be collected behind the sand dam, and the rainwater will filter through the sand and be stored behind the wall of the dam.
I heard people are very excited about this.
Definitely, as you can see, look at the community behind, the number of people who have shown up to do the work. Men, women, young boys, old boys, everybody is involved in this. The community was really sensitized on this. They were told about how important their input in this activity is, and they came out in the hundreds now. They're doing this work and they're energetic, they're happy about the work, and hopefully all will go well. The calculation is very hard to get an exact estimate, but the amount of water is in millions of cubic liters. And the water can be used...
Maybe Darfur, they are so excited about it.
Yeah, the water can be used for many things. Drinking water, it can be used for, if they have irrigation plants up the riverbed, they have some small subsistence farming that they do. So this sand dam can support them in the collection of water, that they can improve their livelihoods, grow more crops and become productive. It has not been tried in the Amdam region before, so we are trying to see how well this will succeed once it's done. We will continue to follow up on it.
This is the sand dam that has been constructed by Islamic Relief Chad, the very first sand dam constructed in West Africa. Sand accumulates here in the next 2-3 years, and water filters through the sand, is stored in the sand, and at the back from the van that is there, they are able to open the van and collect filtered clean water for drinking. And the whole principle of the functionality of the sand dam is revealed. And we hope that from the water retained, agricultural production will improve and will increase.
So we can say it is an innovative approach carried by Islamic Relief with the concern of providing water to communities, because these are areas facing successive drought and flooding and poverty. Food security also goes aligned with availability of water. Wherever there is no water, it will be very difficult for communities to produce so as to have enough to eat and enough to sell and provide income which can improve their livelihood. For Islamic Relief, constructing this infrastructure will help these communities first to have water available more than as usual, so that they can use this water for irrigation purposes and produce crops which can complement what they are producing during rainfall. Although that during rain season, crop produce are not sufficient to cope with their household need, which are usually exhausted before even the setting of next rainy season. So for me, this infrastructure can help these communities through the use of water for crop production and use of water for livestock production, because In the dry season, there is a high starvation also of livestock, rearing here and there to find a water pond in order to survive. So I think it is an added value and will have huge impact in the improvement of communities' livelihood or living conditions. We are very grateful to SIDA in its daily support to those suffering, and it's via its humanitarian agenda in order for these communities with poor status to cope with living condition and livelihood issues.